My name is Danielle Casilac. I'm a feeder driver out of Spokane, Washington. This year, 2025, I took first place in the 3-axle class at the Truck Driving Championships in Washington.
Okay, so first off, good to meet you finally.
Hi.
And let's talk a little bit about your UPS career. How long have you been at UPS?
I've been with UPS, I want to say it's been 15 years.
Okay. Starting in packages or feeders?
Well, I did like 7.5 part-time years in the building.
Okay.
And then the online thing exploded.
Yeah.
I had already gotten my foot in the door because I had already had them send me to training just to be able to be a Saturday air delivery driver.
Okay.
And then that very next peak season, like everything hit the fan and they were hurting for as many drivers as they could get because they couldn't handle the volume. And so they said, you already have the training, let's put you on a route. And so that's what they did. Yep. And I did package car.
About what year would that have been that they pulled you into the cars full time?
That would have been about 2015 or so.
Okay. Gotcha. So how long did you stay in package cars then before the switch to feeders?
So I did that peak season and then I stayed there for another year and did another peak season.
Okay.
And then I told them that I'm out. I said, peace out, you guys. This is not This is not getting any lighter anymore. You guys are just packing it on. And
Tell me a little bit about your competition past. Had you competed before at state?
I competed 1 year before.
Okay.
This was only my second year competing.
Okay. And was it last year or was there a gap?
It was last year.
Okay.
Was the first year. I was a rookie.
Okay.
Didn't really know what I was walking into.
Yeah, most people don't.
No, it was very different than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So I think the pre-trip is pretty much what I messed up on the most.
Okay.
Because it was, different than a UPS pre-trip.
Yeah.
And then this year, the only reason why I decided to compete is just to beat my scores from last year.
Okay.
I didn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to have fun because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Were you, that first year, were you sort of voluntold to compete by management or you really just on your own wanted to do it?
No, they came up and asked me if I wanted to and left it up to me, and me and a couple other drivers decided to do it. Sure, we're like, you pay for the hotel room and our mileage, we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go have a little bit of fun, see what this is about, check it out.
Absolutely, that's awesome. So then, was there anyone else in that group that had competed before, or were you all new?
No, we were all rookies.
Ugh, that's so tough. So did you all have access to anyone that had, did a friend of a friend know much about competition?
So, not really last year.
Okay.
We did have the drivers out of Seattle, so like the western side of Washington. I think a couple of them had competed a couple times before. And when we met up with them the day before the competition, they kind of gave us a few hints and tips and tricks a little bit. But that was all we got. So, and then this year, they flew Neil and Ace down to Reno to work with some of the Reno drivers down there.
That's huge.
Yeah. And then they came back this year. I wasn't able to go, but they came back this year and kind of, passed along the information and stuff. And we did some practicing and everything. And
Good. That's big. Access to a group like that. Those guys know what they're doing down there. They've been winning a lot of hardware for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So they came back, brought that knowledge to. Did you have time to do many practices with that new knowledge?
We did. We pretty much took a whole Saturday and just practiced all day Saturday.
Yeah.
And then he went through kind of a good way to do the pre-trip And so I copied that, and that's where I made up most of my points this year.
That's awesome. I think that's the way to do it. But it's hard when you're new to understand that, like, look, you can't adapt your normal everyday pre-trip and somehow just turn it into a good competition pre-trip. It's too different. There's almost no overlap between the two. So you just have to find someone that wins regularly, have them teach you their pre-trip, and just copy it and throw your own out. It's not useful. So that is key that they brought that back. Because, I'm sure you found that, there are all sorts of things in this pre-trip that are so much more efficient than the way I do them.
Yeah.
You're saving 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there, 10 seconds there, and it adds up. Mm-hmm. That is super cool. So you guys go to state. Did you feel really good going into state? Like, I feel like I'm so much better prepared? Or
for sure I did. Yeah,
okay.
For sure I was pretty confident that I was going to beat my scores from last year.
Okay.
I remember the pre-trip from last year, and I remember going around and I couldn't find anything. Like, I felt like I maybe called out a few things, but I felt like I couldn't find anything. And then this year when I went around, I was calling things out left and right, and I was like, this is how it's supposed to be. I get it.
Yeah, that is such a good feeling when you're finding things. Like, I don't even know if these are the ones on the list, but I am finding things.
Yeah.
That is excellent. How did the rest of the crew do? Did any of them see a huge improvement as well in their scores?
Oh, yep, for sure. So we had one rookie this year that came with us, but the other two that competed last year that also competed this year with me, Ace came in right behind me because he did the 3-axle class too. He came in second right behind me. I think we were only 7 points apart or something like that. So that was crazy. And then Neil, he actually got 3rd place in the 5-axle class. So we all brought plaques home.
Yeah. So then, okay. So that tells me, you're not the only one that got a lot out of that exchange of information. That's awesome, though. It means your whole team is a force to be reckoned with now, and everybody at state knows it. Cool. Well, I'll let you go. I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, no problem.